And I walked in, and the little girls just start crying because they get to meet me. And so that is crazy.
Have you had any weird fan interactions?
Yes.
Do they give you more than one of those in case you lose it?
No.
How hard is it to learn like a pageant walk?
Like this. Is
that Mr. Arkansas?
Pretty girls walk like this. All the pretty girls walk like Big Boss Vet. Pull up in the vet.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Ridin Round Show. Today we have Ebony Mitchell, Miss Arkansas.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk to her about her experience as Miss Arkansas, the lifestyle that comes with it, and your passions for cars, music, and sports.
That's right.
Let's hop right in.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home. Just a little bit, baby, just a little bit. Just a little bit, mister, just a little bit.
So we ask everybody on the show, do you
Yes.
like cars? Are you a car person at all?
I'm not a big car person, but I appreciate cars.
Okay.
You know?
I can respect
so.
that. So I saw that you got a Miss America car. Did that come
Yes. So when you win Miss Arkansas,
Mhm.
Bale Chevrolet in Little Rock sponsors a car for the whole year because
Okay.
Miss Arkansas is known to put like 60,000 miles almost on her car every year.
wow.
So they give you the car so you don't have to worry about putting the miles on your own car, and they do the oil changes and they wash it. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, 60,000 miles. I'm assuming you travel a lot then.
Yes, I think I'm like everywhere, usually in a different city just about every single day. So I'm just running around Arkansas.
How often do you get recognized in public?
So it depends. Northwest.
Sass or no?
If I don't have the sash on, sometimes,
Okay.
but people in Northwest Arkansas love Miss Arkansas. So usually here, yes, but then in the most random places. And I'm the first person to win Miss Arkansas from Harrison, which is my hometown. So especially in Harrison, I mean, even if I don't look like, you know, like the crown and the sash, then yes. And then of course if I have the sash on.
Okay, so coming from Harrison, is what that? I know. Okay, you know what I mean.
I know, but everybody says that, or that's everyone's
Yeah.
first reaction, which I understand. But growing up in Harrison was actually really nice, and everyone there is super cool.
Okay.
I feel like growing up there were a lot of things. There were a lot of kind of this overarching reputation that Harrison had, you know, for like not being inclusive, not being very diverse, which it really wasn't when I was there. It's changed a lot, and there's some billboards there now with my face on them. So it's really cool. Yeah.
I like that. I was like, there's some YouTubers that like made like videos like going.
Gideon,
Yeah.
yes, and he came, and he's supposed to come back.
You should
I
meet
think
him.
in a month. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I'll be like, you come too.
You know, it's like
Put him on your show.
riding around with Gideon would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
So I saw you at the last basketball game and a women's game before that. You a big Razorback fan?
I am. But I feel like being born in Harrison, you're kind of born a Razorback fan because it's not that far from Northwest Arkansas. I didn't go to the U of A. I went to UCA in Conway, and I got a Bachelor of Business Administration there. And then I went to John Brown and just graduated May of last year with a Master of Healthcare and Business. Yes, but I cheered for the UCA Bears for 4 years.
Did you play any sports or?
Yes, actually. So my senior year of high school, we did powder puff, which was so fun for the girls, and I scored a 70-yard touchdown in powder puff, which was really cool. But
Run or pass?
run.
Okay.
I know. See, because I also ran track. I ran track in high school, and I was a sprinter, so I did the 100, the 200, the 4x1, and the open 4.
Oh, you're fast. Okay.
And then volleyball and cheer. So we stay busy.
So are you the first African-American Black Miss Arkansas?
No, I am the 4th, which is still kind of crazy because I'm the 84th Miss Arkansas, so there's only been 4 Black Miss Arkansas, or I mean even 4 women of color of any type of ethnicity to be Miss Arkansas. So it's still kind of crazy. And the last one was in 2010.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a hot minute.
12 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how long have you been doing pageants?
So that's kind of how I got into the Miss America and the Miss Arkansas organization. Was I met Miss Arkansas when I was in 3rd grade. So this was like 2005. So this was the year of the second Black Miss Arkansas, and then, you know, being from Harrison, I really didn't see anybody that looked like me. None of my teachers and none of my coaches or people who were leaders within Harrison. So then I saw her, and she was wearing the exact same crown and the sash, and I thought she was amazing. So it was kind of like from that moment, I kind of felt
Inspired you,
seen,
yeah.
yes, and inspired. So that's what put me into the organization. So I started when I was like 9 or 10,
Wow.
and then here we are.
Well, I know you kind of have a protege like that I saw you with you at the basketball game. Were you like kind of
Little
doing the same thing for her?
Yes, she is the cutest thing in the world. So right now she's Little Miss University of Arkansas.
Okay.
So she's like big time Razorback fan. Like she goes
Okay.
to school right, I mean her elementary is like right around campus.
Okay.
But yes, it's cool to go into classrooms and kind of be the person that I saw when I was that age. So it's really cool to do that. Between the ages of 5 and 12, you can do the Princess Program, which is basically a mentoring program for young girls who want to compete at Miss Arkansas or who just want to go to Miss Arkansas or want any type of mentor. And so I have 2 of my own that have been with me for like 3 years. And then every girl who competes has like 1 to 4 princesses.
Oh wow! So it's like
there's a ton.
it keeps the legacy going.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the process to being Miss Arkansas, you know, how many girls did you have to compete against to do that?
It varies every year, but this last summer there were 45 of us. Well, summer before that there were 52.
So what's that? You know, it's a competition. How many days is that?
Yes, it's a whole week.
Okay.
So it's like a whole process. I
Oh,
know
I
it's
knew you were tired.
it's a lot. So Miss Arkansas usually starts on Saturday in Little Rock. There's an arrival ceremony. It's like a whole thing. And then it's from Saturday until the following Saturday. It's usually aired on Channel 7 for finals night every year. But it is like, it's intense. It's like the most
Like a
intense.
different event every day?
Yes,
Is it
it's
all
like
day?
yes, it's like
Oh,
the most
no.
intense summer camp you've ever
gotta
been
love
to.
it. You gotta love it.
But it's like early rehearsals, like 7, 8 a.m. and then you have some type of event during the afternoon, and then you compete every single night. And then if you win a preliminary award, so say if I competed in talent and I won the talent award that night, I would have to get up to be on like the 5:30 a.m. news slot the next morning,
way.
and then turn around and do the whole thing again. So it's a lot, but
And you won. Wow.
and we did it. And I also won $45,000 of scholarship in one night, which is crazy. So
I
all
wouldn't
my
have been able to sleep.
Oh yeah, no. I feel like you don't sleep. So all my student loans and everything completely paid off, which is amazing.
How did it feel to win?
Well, if you've seen my crowning video, I
I'll
was
put a
like,
clip of it.
I was like ugly crying, and I don't know. I just kind of stood there and soaked in the moment, but then I felt like I kind of blacked out at the same time because I did it for so long, and then when it finally happens,
It didn't feel real, huh?
no, it's crazy. It's like winning the lottery or something wild like that. So, I mean, to just be there and have that moment, and then, you know, I'm a first generation college student, first gen college graduate, and then
You're doing everything.
yeah, so to be completely debt free has been like life changing for me.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What do you
Yeah.
think the hardest part of being Miss Arkansas is?
So I knew that the job of Miss Arkansas was super intense, and I knew the schedule is super intense, but I don't think you really understand it until you're in the shoes yourself. So it's a lot all at once. Every day is something different or similar to what you did before, but it's a lot of, which is kind of like the best part too. It's a lot of giving yourself to other people and serving.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. So it's kind of, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming, but I'm going into month 8 or 9 of doing this, and I feel like it's kind of become second nature now, but
Oh, your life's
it's a
gonna feel
lot.
boring when you're done.
I know, I was like, what am I gonna do
Has anything surprised you?
about Miss Arkansas? I knew, which I've always thought of Miss Arkansas as like a celebrity because I was in the pageant world, and I thought she was amazing. But then being in, so I walked into West Memphis one time to go visit a school, and I walked in, and the little girls just start crying because they get to meet me, and so that is crazy. It was surprising. I knew how much people cared about Miss Arkansas, but then to be Miss Arkansas and see it, kind of experience it for yourself, is really surprising.
Yeah, most places, is it kind of like most places you go are, you know, they're anticipating your arrival, it's about you, that type of thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know, I've been to so many schools and they have step and repeats up. They put it on their like monitors outside. One school had all these kids dress up in their like Sunday best. So there was like 5-year-olds wearing suspenders and little girls wearing princess dresses. But yeah, it's crazy.
All right, well, let's do some Instagram Q&A from the poll we did on Instagram.
Yes.
What's something you do to keep yourself grounded?
I really love music and listening to music, but then I also love being around my family and people who I didn't know, or people who I did know before this job and before becoming Miss Arkansas. It kind of brings me back down, where I'm not just giving so much of myself anymore, but I can just sit there and not have to be Miss Arkansas for a second.
Yeah, that's cool. It's who's influenced you the most?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I've had so many mentors throughout my life, and of course my mom is like number one because I'm single mother home, so she was fabulous, really kind of made me who I am today. And then of course all the Miss Arkansas that have really been in my life, especially the women of color who have been Miss Arkansas, because I feel like it's so different to be in those shoes and look like me or look like them. So they've been super inspiring to me.
That's cool. Well, I know you're on you have a mission for, social media safety for children. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So when you compete in Miss Arkansas or Miss America or any competition involved in the Miss America organization, you have a platform or something that you care a lot about. So mine is about online and social media safety and awareness. When I was really young and I had my first social media account, so did one of my best friends, and she ended up kind of being involved with an online predator and a catfish. So kind of from that moment, I knew that if I could study social media or marketing and understand the ins and outs and how people can find someone or target somebody online, then I could make a difference. So I've worked on it for almost 7 years now. It's been a while. I've partnered with the Department of Education in Arkansas and the governor and the Attorney General's office, and I've done some cool things. So it's been a really great journey, and I think I'll continue doing that even after Miss Arkansas is done.
Well, with the theme of social media,
Yes.
for our carpool karaoke section today, we'll do the TikTok mashup.
I know, you see how addicted I am to TikTok.
Oh.
I can buy myself flowers.
Classic.
Easy.
In the sand. Talk to myself.
That one's easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine, you blow my mind. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. So fine, you blow my mind.
Easy.
Turn it up a little bit. Turn it up.
Baby, do it right. Do it right. We can go
That's how the other dances.
I can put your body on
I knew that one a little bit. Oh, I know this one.
Baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, it puts your heart for lockdown.
I know what you know.
I don't know the words, I know the vibe.
Yo, you sweet like Fanta, Fanta. If I take
Watch these clips blow up on TikTok.
It's easy.
Oh, yeah.
This one's easy.
We got
I
it.
don't know the words though. See, I needed this one.
Yeah.
the sense that it's a lost cause.
Oh, kill me.
I get the sense that you might really love her. The sex gon' be evidence. The sex is evidence. I try to ration with you on words to prime my passion, but damn, you was out of reach. You was at the farmer's market with your perfect peach.
Oh, I only know the part.
I know.
I'm like,
I feel like I hit things all the time with it.
Wife me. But I
Oh,
know the
yeah.
shorty shit, you nothing like me. Yeah. About to catch another flight. I'm about to make him wanna bite. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night. Hold up. No. If you broke, then you gotta let him know. You can have anybody know. Pretty girls walk like this.
I've heard this one. That means hard.
Pretty girls walk like this.
I've heard it.
This.
That's,
Pretty girls walk like big boss bitch.
that's a vibe.
He say that I'm good enough, I'm not good enough. Think about shit that I should've done. So I tell him it's one of me, he making fun of me. This girl is a bum to me, like that boy is a cap. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, that he blowing her back. Think about me, cause he know that it's fat.
Oh, they're gonna get on me
Yeah.
now. What?
I don't.
I don't know something. Okay, how hard is it to learn like a pageant walk? Or how long does
I
it
feel
take
like
you?
it just takes practice and time. But I started young, you know. But it's really not that hard. Like, you could do it.
Okay, teach
Yeah,
me one real
I
quick.
will.
Okay, Blaze, follow the light real quick.
This. Pretty girls walk like this.
You can do it. This is easy. You just gotta have the confidence. So you act like you have this string and you pull it up, and then
Okay.
and then you do this thing called pretty feet. So
Pretty feet.
you take your right or left foot. I use my right one and
Okay.
point it straight, and then you take your back foot and put it right behind, kind of like a T.
Like that?
So
oh,
turn this
like
foot.
that.
Yes. So then when you're like posing and stuff, you get this nice angle.
I feel like I'm modeling.
And you just put your hands on your hips. And then you just walk.
Walk, step down, walk, 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 walking. Picked up a bag when I walked in.
And
I
put
go
some like
back?
weight in the hips, you know, so you get like,
She said weight in the hips. That's
Yeah.
wild.
so it gets that nice. See, you're a little stiff, but it's okay.
Hold on, Lacey, you do it?
Okay.
All the pretty girls walk like this, 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 this.
Put some weight in your hips. You want to like swoosh. Yeah. There you go. You gotta move those shoulders.
That's wicked. All right.
I know. You're just like.
I'm like, okay, hold on.
You can walk normal. Just add some weight in those hips. Yeah. Confident. Yeah. There you go. Like.
How do you turn? How do you turn?
Oh, yes. That's a great question. So.
Walk, I'm big step, I trip when I walk. I'm bringing pressure, they run when I walk. I kick the bitch out the G, told her walk. Yeah, I jump on these beats and I walk. Slide, keep on sliding, walk. Object, keep on down, walk. Spin around, walk.
Okay, love it.
That was good.
I better go viral for that one. Is that Mr. Arkansas?
There's not. I think that's like a bodybuilding competition.
Oh, yeah. What's been a highlight?
Towards the beginning of the year, I rode in a hot air balloon over my hometown, which was terrifying, but also really cool. Because there's nothing that straps you into those things. You just are standing in the
Do you have
basket.
your crown and stuff?
Yes, I know, it's crazy. You're just standing in a basket floating, and they can't even steer it, so it just kind of wherever the wind takes you, which is wild.
Do they give you more than one of those in case you lose it?
No.
Okay.
I actually don't know what happens if you would to like were to lose your crown, but then I made really good friends with Miss Texas, Miss South Carolina, and Miss Hawaii. So we all went to Hawaii on an all-inclusive trip because she got sponsored by someone to pay for our stay and flight. And then when we were there, we ran into Matthew McConaughey, which was like crazy. So
Okay.
that was a highlight. And then of course, like all the Razorback games,
Yeah.
being on the court and then being on the football field on the SEC season opener was really cool. But yeah, it's been a crazy year. Competing at Miss America was also a crazy experience. Competed in December in Connecticut. It was really amazing, and I've watched Miss America since I was like 5, so it was really weird to be there. And before we all went to Miss America, we all met up in New York, so all 51 of us, because there's a Miss DC too, that's what makes the 51. And we all met in New York to do like some PR and media stuff, and we got to ring the NASDAQ bell and open up the stock market, which was cool.
okay.
We got to be on the big NASDAQ billboards in Times Square, so it was really crazy, but it was amazing.
That's cool. When you're competing, is it in the movies where the girls are kind of like, how should I say,
No.
like icy to each other?
No, like, so if you've ever seen Miss Congeniality, I feel like it's not catty or the girls aren't mean or anything. I feel like at the end of the day, everybody kind of realizes that one person's gonna win. So everyone just ends up rooting each other on, which is really cool. I've made some of my best friends at Miss Arkansas, and then also when I was a princess when I was 9, because all these girls keep competing. So we've kept up with each other over the years, and we're all from different parts of the state. So we have somebody like in every part of the state, which is really cool.
You can travel for free. Just stay.
Yeah, I was like, let me stay with you.
Have you had any weird fan interactions?
Yes, which, so usually I have a chaperone with me who goes with me to everything, especially if it's a nighttime event, where it's like a gala or a ball or something that has like a bar or
Drinking,
anything.
yeah.
And so there's been some weird interactions with some people who, I don't know, it's just strange, you know, just if you're like wearing a gown and a crown and a sash and then, you know.
They're drinking? Oh,
Yes.
Lord.
But honestly, my year's been really good. And I haven't had any really bad things happen, so knock on wood.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
This is wood color, yeah.
It's a nice car.
What's something about you people might not know?
I feel like not a lot of people know about my story or how I got to be Miss Arkansas or kind of what inspired me. And so I try to talk about Eudora and meeting her as much as I can, because usually people just see the crown and the sash and they don't understand like the backstory and all the years of preparation and hard work that it takes to get there. And then especially being someone who doesn't come from a lot financially or a really big family, but had a lot of big dreams. So I feel like if I can do it, and if I can sit here and accomplish something as big as Miss Arkansas, I feel like anybody can.
Yeah, that's your inspirational message. I like it.
It's my inspiration message.
You have any
for the
hidden
week.
talents?
Hidden talents? I can say the ABCs backwards in 5 seconds.
No way.
Would you like to see
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a second to.
You ready? ZYXWVUTSRQP ONM IKJ IGFEDCBA.
That's wicked.
I know, isn't that cool? You need to learn it.
Have you ever done that at a pageant?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
like pull that one out of the bag.
And all the elementaries, they love that.
What are your goals for the rest of your term?
So I've got a few months left as Miss Arkansas, but I think I would like to kind of hit as many areas of Arkansas as I can. I've covered a lot of the state already, but there are so many schools and so many districts and so many low-income schools that Miss Arkansas doesn't usually get to go to. So that's kind of been a big goal of mine, is to reach as many students and as many kids as I can, just to give them someone to look up to if they don't have that in their life, you know? So I had a lot of goals going in, and I'm glad that I've accomplished most of those. And it's been a really amazing year. It's been crazy, but in like the best way.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
you coming on.
I know, thanks. We have fun. And now you are ready
Yeah,
for
the pageant walk.
your first pageant with your walk.
Walk, spin round, walk, step down, walk, walking. Picked up a bag when I walked in.
I'm confused. Boom.